Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to another video on Young Race Predictor, where today we are going to be doing the Azerbaijan Grand Prix predictions round 8 this season in 2022, and the season is indeed going off quite dramatic and quite interesting indeed, because if I have to say there's one thing common with this picture of Baku last season with the race result in the previous race in Monaco, it is the man with number 1 on this. Yes, Sergio Perez is a Monaco Grand Prix winner ahead of Carlos Sainz and Max Verstappen, championship leader, superstar of 2021, in third place in Monaco this season in 2022. And this was how the Monaco Grand Prix had turned out. If you wonder why Charles Leclerc was, it was an unfortunate finish for him. He finished in P4, although being his first finish in his Monaco Grand Prix out of 4 appearances, it wasn't the perfect finish he had expected after grabbing pole position in qualifying just the previous day. So that was how the result had turned out in Monaco. Perez won the race ahead of Carlos Sainz. Verstappen came in third ahead of home hero superstar Charles Leclerc. Well, we are now moving to Baku, and let's see how the result and qualifying is going to turn out. So let's dive into my predictions right now. And of course, we are going to be starting from P20 all the way up to P1, and I think those being kicked out of Q1 is quite of a big shock. I have taken Fernando Alonso just going through into Q2 to be fair, but Mick Schumacher missing out of Q1. I honestly couldn't think of anyone else. I could have taken Fernando Alonso, or I could have taken those being kicked out of Q2. I could have taken even Kevin Magnussen out of qualifying, but I seriously couldn't find anyone. I think in case we need Schumacher to perform quite well, he may have to finish in a position like 15th or 16th. So I think he'll be P16 on the grid. Zhou Guanyu out of qualifying again in Q1 in Azerbaijan, and I think this is because the last appearance he had in Azerbaijan, which was in Formula 2, there were 3 races: sprint race 1, 2 and feature race, and I think out of those 3 races he had performed only one quite well, and it was only P3. So I have a feeling Zhou Guanyu may be only P17. Stroll, Albon and Latifi are going to be 18, 19 and 20. And Albon, I think he has a huge chance of making it into the points, just like Schumacher if he starts from the back. Maybe a good chance for Stroll and Latifi to make it into Q2. Hopefully they do this time around, but I think they'll be out of qualifying. Latifi, Albon, Stroll, Zhou Guanyu and Mick Schumacher are those being kicked out of Q1 in my predictions, and those being kicked out of Q2 are Esteban Ocon, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Gasly and Alonso. Not much performance seen from Pierre Gasly in qualifying, only during race day, but it's only enough for P7 and P8. In fact, during qualifying, the entire seating for the AlphaTauri in Q3 or the Q2 spots is going to Yuki Tsunoda. He's getting a much more higher positions compared to Pierre Gasly. So Gasly, in fact, starting towards the back, maybe like about P7 to P13, he's performing quite well. And I think for a man like him who performs really well in Baku, I think this may be the perfect place for him to start. P14, unfortunately though, for Pierre Gasly. Fernando Alonso, P15. Magnussen will be P13. 2 horses missing out. Daniel Ricciardo again missing out. Esteban Ocon being just missing out of Q3. And I think out of these last 10, there may be just one person crashing. It may be Stroll, it may be Joe, maybe Latifi. Why not? It may be even Kevin Magnussen or Alonso. Anyone could crash for that matter and result in a situation like this. So anything can happen. But if there are no crashes, then I think this is how it is going to turn out. However, for the top 10, let's look at those from P5 to P10, and I think George Russell is going to be back to those in the top last 6 out of the top 10. George Russell P5 ahead of Bottas, who splits both the Mercedes. Hamilton in P7, Norris in P8, Tsunoda once again getting a Q3 spot and another seating arrangement ahead of his teammate Pierre Gasly. He's in P9 ahead of Sebastian Vettel. Well, I have a shocker for the top 4, talking about how it is actually in the front row. This time it is not going to be a Ferrari front row lockout. It's going to be a Red Bull front row lockout. Not with Verstappen on pole, but with my hero Sergio Perez on pole position. Yes, Sergio Perez is going to be on pole ahead of Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz ahead of, shockingly, Charles Leclerc in P4. So this is how I think it's going to be. In case we need to see Leclerc performing quite well, maybe even Sainz or Perez, then they will need to start from positions like this. So I think this is how it is going to be, the qualifying grid. Now let's move to the race predictions, and indeed I do have a shock. For the winner, we have number 55, Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz is going to be a winner in Azerbaijan and a Formula One Grand Prix winner. He had a huge chance of grabbing the win ahead of Sergio Perez. Unfortunately, his battle was in vain as he finished in P2. So I think he will be on top. However, we will have number 2 drivers of the top 2 teams finishing 1-2 once again. Carlos Sainz in P1, Sergio Perez in P2. At least a second pole position in Formula 1 would work out perfect for Sergio Perez to get P2. Not the best result, but indeed it would be P2. And P3, we have that last Ferrari. I think Charles Leclerc will grab that last spot, meaning Verstappen will still continue to lead the World Championship. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share this to all the friends and all the F1 fans we know. See you next time for the next video on the championship predictions. I may be uploading that video or in the description, on the description of this video, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix predictions. So if you really do want to see the championship predictions, click on the link in the description about from 2 to 3 days from now for so that you'll be looking on my insight of who I think will be the champion of 2022. But until then, next time, goodbye.